moment! Yes!
Getting straight into it, first on our list is Golden Time. So the story follows a character by the name of Banri who lost his memories in an accident, but he enrolls into a private law school where he meets a character by the name of Mitsuyo. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, because I'm probably not. But then Mitsuyo gets slapped in the face by a bouquet of flowers by his childhood friend, a girl named Kiyuku. I'll put a picture of her in the name because I can't pronounce it. But yeah, so they go through this whole journey. I should have probably watched it just so I could kind of refresh myself. Maybe I should have actually watched the first episode before recording this, but it's too late now. So it's a good watch because it's a rom-com in my opinion. I think, I'm not sure. I should actually check that quickly. Okay, I was wrong. It's not really a rom-com. It's more of a rom-drama. So yeah, it has a love triangle and stuff. Yeah, so it's a good watch if you're into that. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so staying with the love stories, next is Horimiya, which I was surprised to see it was this highly rated because I didn't hear much people talk about it, and then that's why I originally put it on this list, and I'm going to keep it now because it's a good story. Horimiya follows this two main characters, Miyamura Izumi and Kyoko Hori, or Hori Kyoko. I don't really know how to really say Japanese names in the sense that, yeah, but yeah, those are the two names. And Miyamura is a bit of a shut in, or not a shut in, he's a bit of a loner. He keeps to himself and he's got tattoos and piercings and stuff. But one day he finds Kyoko's little brother walking around, Shoto. And so he brings Shoto back home. And if I remember correctly, they basically, Shoto asks him if he wants to hang around and stuff. Not exactly sure, but when he is not at school, he is a bit dressed completely different. He lets his piercings out, and he does have tattoos, which you find out later. But yeah, so then, and the next day at school, Kyoko kind of talks to him, and then they slowly like bring him into the friend group, and then yeah. So it's a good story about a loner who kind of gets with the popular girl. So yeah, it's a really good story. I don't know when officially the relationship is decided and stuff, but for most of the story, it's about their relationship and their relationship woes, if you can really call it that. But yeah, the show is really good. So next we have is Guilty Crown, which is a good action show. So we're moving on to action now. So yeah. Okay, so Guilty Crown is about. I don't know really the best way to explain it without giving away too much, but Guilty Crown is about the main character, Shu, who gets mysterious power by a woman called. I'm going to say her last name if I'm not mistaken. It's her last name, Yuzuriha, because I can't really say her first name correctly, and I don't want to mispronounce it. Because yeah. Anyways, yeah, put the photos as you would have seen. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave it there. I don't want to give away too much because I feel like I'm gonna spoil a bit more if I give away too much. But it's if you like actions with like superpowers, it's a yeah, I would give this one a watch. So I'm moving on to the next one. Okay, so leaving a truly underrated anime for the last one because I haven't heard many people talk about it, and it's criminal basically. But moving on to a less underrated one, which again, just like Horimiya, is very popular, but I knew this one was very popular a bit at the beginning, which is the one from the very first scene, which is Haikyuu. Really good sports anime. So let's get into it. For those who haven't watched Haikyuu or even heard of it, Haikyuu is a sports anime that follows the two main characters, Hinata and Kageyama, which it doesn't just follow them, it follows a few other characters such as the team and other teams as well, but it's basically just the Karasuno team. And Karasuno was a team that was very popular a few years ago, and that's the reason why Hinata joined was because somebody who was short just like him was able to play on the national on play at nationals. So he wanted to be just like the tiny giant because Hinata is not that very tall, but he can jump quite high. And Kageyama is a setter who is really good at setting the balls, as you could see in the very first scene of thing. He's really good at setting, and he gets even better throughout the show. And it basically just follows Krasuno's volleyball team going and playing against Albert Josai and all these other teams. So if you haven't watched it or are on the fence about watching it, I highly recommend you watch it because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've read the manga and it gets even better in the manga. Before I get to revealing the next anime recommendation, if you enjoyed this video, please do like, and if you want to watch more, do consider subscribing. Thank you. Let's get on to it. Okay, so moving on to the last anime of the video, and that is the Records of Grand Crest War. I feel like it should have a "the" in there, but it says the thing, but that's not important. So let's get into what it's about. So I should have probably watched this anime again or watched a little bit of it, but I read the synopsis and watched a bit of the first episode, so I kind of know what I'm talking about because I kind of remember. But the anime is about a continent called Atlanta and its two various factions called the Fantasian Union and the Factory Alliance, and they're holding a wedding for both sides but that gets party crashed basically by a chaos entity, and the two archdukes of either both sides get killed. So Saluka, who is a alliance mage, goes on a journey to what's the word I'm looking for? Go and banish the chaos with, and then on that journey she meets a unaffiliated guy with a crest called Theo, and Theo is trying to get the crest of a lord so that he can free his village from a tyrant and stuff. So they decide to go on a journey to restore peace to the war torn world.